So I first played Rococo Variations when I was a 16-year-old cellist. I'd been asked to play solo with my youth orchestra at the time, and I was shocked when my teacher suggested to me the Tchaikovsky Rococo Variations. Very difficult piece for young cellists that age. It was certainly hard for me at the time. Worked on it for about a year and finally performed it. And it became really a staple in my repertoire in those days through the rest of my teenage years. It was the piece that I played for my audition for Curtis Institute of Music. I won several competitions as a young cellist playing it, and then I basically put it away. I think I've played it one other time since those days, and now I'm very happy to come back to it. And one of the things that changes in coming back to a piece like Rococo Variations is that when you first played, you have no real context in terms of, like, I'd played a little bit of Tchaikovsky. I knew probably the most famous Tchaikovsky pieces, but in the meantime, I've played just about every note he's written for symphony. I've played much of his chamber music, and end up with a real strong feeling like who Tchaikovsky is as a composer. And as a result, I end up with a much kind of clearer sense of where the Rococo Variations fits into his output. I think the idea of the Rococo for him is really the classical period. And I think that the theme bears a strong resemblance to the theme of the Fourth Violin Concerto, the last movement. Very similar theme. And so I think the piece is itself an homage to Mozart, but it's Tchaikovsky doing what he does, which is to say, going through all this real kind of kaleidoscope of emotional worlds. I love the two slow variations. One is in the sort of foreign key of C major, the other in D minor. They're both, sublime. Tchaikovsky, at his melodic best. And on the other hand, the work is absolutely a display piece. Certainly the final variation, but almost all of the other variations really are designed to sort of show what the cello can do as a virtuoso instrument. And so I really enjoy that, that side of the cello as well. So the minute I'm asked to play a concerto or play a solo engagement, I get the music out right away. Like the preparation starts at that moment. As soon as the commitment is made that I'm going to be playing those concerts. I mean, in the case of Rococo Variations, I certainly know it very well from it's all. I barely needed to get the music out in terms of the memory and things like that. But I just really start thinking about the piece with as much kind of a feeling of freshness and like what do I want to bring to it. As a musician in the orchestra, I love it when our own members are soloists. We really try to give a golden carpet accompaniment, and knowing that I'm going to get that kind of care from my colleagues, that people will be listening really well and supporting me, and that when we go backstage, I know that people will be very supportive. These are my friends. These are my musical family. There's a little bit of pressure in that too. I really want to represent the musicians of the orchestra at the highest level I can. But I think, that little bit of pressure is also a positive. Singing the piece. That's really, I feel a good musician is hearing the music the way they want to hear it and finding a way to try to make that come out of the instrument. Fortunately, what motivates me, what makes me, I guess, comfortable, I've been playing the cello my whole life. I've been playing this piece most of my cello life. So, there's an innate comfort in terms of that this is what I do. And so the fact that I'm doing it in a slightly different role, in a slightly more, I'd say much more exposed role, it's an honor, and it's a wonderful thing to get to do.